My precious. The Strymon Dig dual digital delay. Let's check it out. The Strymon Dig is a dual delay. There's a primary delay and a secondary delay that can either be synced in different rhythmic patterns with the primary first delay, or can be set to roam freely. So anyhow, let's go ahead and look at the features of the device and see what it's all about. First of all, what I'd like to do is play you a clean tone on my guitar just so you get a feel for it. And then next, let's just take a brief look at the two buttons at the bottom of the Dig. Button on the left is a typical tap button, so you can set your tap tempo with that by just stomping on it. The button on the right is the bypass that turns the delay on or off. Let me go ahead and turn it on real quick. All right, just a kind of a standard sounding, nice, clean delay. The knob, upper left-hand corner, is your primary time knob for delay 1. So if it's all the way to the left, no delay. All the way to the right, 1.6 seconds of delay. Okay. The little switch next to the time knob is labeled mod for modulation, and that has 3 positions: off, light, or deep. And let's take a listen to that. So if it's off, the delay basically is a mono delay, as you can hear. If we turn mod on, first to light, you start getting some chorusing going. And there's some stereo in terms of the image. And the deep just kind of makes it even more. All right. I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to off, so it'll be mono for a moment. The switch next to mod is for the delay type. There are 3 voices: 24/96, ADM, and 12-bit. 24/96 is a clean, kind of a clean, mellowish kind of delay. That's what you've been listening to. If we switch it to the middle position, ADM, this is supposed to be an early 80s kind of model, more percussive, a little brighter. And you can hear that. There's a little more brightness going on. And then finally, the 12-bit is supposed to be a mid-80s type of delay, and it is a little warmer and a little darker. And I think it's a little dirty, actually, if you push it. I'm going to flip this back to 24/96. The big knob on the right is your mix knob for delay 1. So all the way to the left is all dry. All the way to the right is all wet. In the middle, obviously, both. All right, I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's move on to delay number 2. So delay number 2 are these 3 smaller knobs. Really controls it. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, the two knobs. In the middle, let's talk about that first. The middle is repeats. So this is a master knob for how many repeats the delay, how many times the delay repeats. All right, so just 1 repeat and lots of repeats. Basically, if you set it up right, you can kind of get infinite repeats going on. Put it back in the middle. Okay, back to delay 2. So interesting. Delay 2 has a mix knob on the right-hand side. So I'm going to bring this about halfway up. Yeah, about right there. So we'll be able to hear it. And then the really, I guess the magic part comes over here on the left-hand side with time 2. As I mentioned, the time setting for delay 2 can either be synchronized with delay 1 or set to range freely independently of delay number 1. So right now we're in sync mode, which is the default, and there are several different subdivisions. There's a triplet, an eighth, golden ratio, dotted eighth, and dotted quarter. So let me play through them real quickly. All the way to the left is the triplet. So let me let you hear that. So can you hear that? What that's doing? Let me go ahead and put it on modulation so it's a little wider. So you can hear there's a triplet going on after the initial delay. All right, let's move to the next one. The next one is an eighth. That's going to be about right there. Sorry, I can't quite see the left-hand side of the knob the way I'm sitting. All right, and this is a little more classic. Actually, let me go ahead and set the tap tempo. There we go, that's better. Pretty classic sounding eighth kind of, eighth delay kind of thing. All right, next is the golden ratio. I had to look up golden ratio. I'm going to include a link to the Wikipedia article in the video description below. Basically, it creates a very interesting kind of pattern. Let's check it out here. Pretty nice. A little different too. All right, let's move on to the dotted eighth. Pretty classic sound. You know what band that is? So do I. All right, finally, the dotted quarter. This is also interesting. Kind of like that one. All right, these are the basic controls. It's not too difficult, is it? But there's a lot you can do with it. So if we kind of increase the time a little bit, go here. Yeah, let's stick to golden ratio. Add the mix up, add some repeats. Let's go ahead and turn the repeats all the way up. See what we get here. Pretty nice. You can. One of the nice things is that the repeats, even in the maximum position, don't overrun and get out of control. I really like that. Another way to extend the life of your delay is to hold down on the tap button after you play. So let me go ahead and do that, and you'll see that it's a kind of like a freeze function. And it'll stay frozen as long as you keep your foot on the tap button. And obviously when you let it off, it goes away. So there you have it, some basic features. There's a lot you can do with this, just with these three little guys. Not much more than three. These three little guys, these two knobs, and these two switches. So anyhow, let's try a couple of other things here. Let's try that. And of course some volume swells. This is an ambient guitar channel after all. So pretty sweet. All right, let me go ahead and set a couple things up here. All right, go back to the 2496. A couple of other things just to show you real quickly are some secondary functions. So what is also cool about this is there are, looks like about 6 or 7 functions that can be accessed by holding down the two buttons, the tap and the bypass button together, and then turning some knobs. So I'm gonna try to do this. You'll probably see my guitar neck go into the camera as I lean over, but if you'll bear with me. The first thing I want to show you is how we can free up the second delay so that it is able to the time is able to be set independently of delay 1. Here we go. So we're going to hit both buttons and turn the time 2 knob to the left. Now we're going to turn it to the right. And now we should be in what's called free mode. So let me go ahead and I'm going to turn the delay mix 1 down, and let's listen to delay 2. Should be 1.6 seconds. Great. Let's turn up delay 1 and make it short. Now let's bring them both up. So pretty cool. I'm bring the repeats all the way up. All right. So that's one thing I'd like to show you. So you can operate these two times totally independently if you wish. So that's pretty cool. One of the other things I want to show you is the config option, and that is over here with Mix 2. And this allows you to run the delays in series, which is what they are right now. So one feeds into another. You can also set it for ping pong, or you can set it for parallel. So let's try ping pong first. What this is going to do is create a stereo delay. Ping pong is in the middle. So that's kind of nice. Modulation also gives you a stereo delay, but if you want a stereo effect without modulation, ping pong's the way to go. The other option is parallel. Let me set that up. It's moving the knob to the right. And what this does is it sends delay 1 to, I believe, the left side and delay 2 to the right side. Let's see if I am right. Yep, there we go. There we go. I kind of like that. That has some interesting possibilities. For example, if you're recording, you could take the outputs and run them into your DAW as separate tracks. And then you could treat each delay separately with plugins or whatever you want as you mix your tune. So that's pretty cool. All right, that's all I'm going to go through. There's a couple of more options, but I think that's enough for now for all the basic features. Just a lot of great options. So what I'd like to do now is just do a set of 6 different settings, and these 6 settings are all in the Strymon Dig manual. So you can think of them as out-of-the-box examples. I'm just going to run through them quickly without comment, and then I'll be back for a wrap-up. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. So isn't that great? The Strymon Dig, what a great little machine. It's very simple to operate, and yet it has a lot of creative possibilities. So hope you all check it out. Hope you all get one. I think you'll be pleased with it. Anyhow, if you're interested in more ambient guitar music, recording techniques, ambient guitar playing techniques, and equipment reviews and demos like this one, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I think you'll find some interesting content there. And as always, I'll see you all on the next video.